LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Before I start this video off, I just got to ask some of you dudes, do you guys know how to read? Like, I got to ask, do some of you dudes know how to read? Because I keep trying to tell y'all, this says post-fight analysis. This don't say full fight. I don't understand why some of you guys don't read the damn title. Now, after that's said and done, this fight was entertaining, man. I got to give a lot of props to Charles Oliveira, man. This dude got a chin, man. This dude got a chin. And, Anthony Pettis did damage to this dude early in the first round. I mean, Anthony Pettis came out, man, and immediately just started, really pummeling this dude. Anthony Pettis caught Oliveira in the eye, and I think it was his left eye, man. Oliveira's left eye was messed up, man. Anthony Pettis kept hitting him, man. Oliveira could not stand and strike. He just couldn't do it, man. He couldn't do it with Pettis. And so Oliveira kept looking for opportunities to take the fight to the ground. In the first round, he was marginally successful, but he couldn't do anything. I gave the first round clearly to Anthony Pettis. I thought Anthony Pettis completely dominated that first round. I thought Anthony Pettis did a good job of keeping the range between the two. And when they did have to engage, I thought Anthony Pettis did a tremendous job of fighting in the clinch. And a lot of MMA fighters are not comfortable in the clinch, but Anthony Pettis most certainly was. And he did a phenomenal job. When we go to round two, okay, I thought the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds I was giving it to Anthony Pettis, but then Charles Oliveira, he began to dominate that half of the fight with his ground game. And Charles Oliveira, he's got a pretty good ground game. I was really impressed with it because I'm impressed too because he was staggered so many times in the first round that for him to come back, and I forgot to tell y'all, first round, Anthony Pettis almost finished this dude. And, but Pettis kind of gassed himself out, man. He punched himself out. But I thought he was going to finish him, man, because he was beating the living piss out of Oliveira. But anyway, back to the second round. Oliveira began to, really take control of the fight on the ground, and he was doing a good job. And he caught Pettis in a lot of good positions, man, and he prevented Pettis from getting his offense off, later in that second round. Third round, it was all she wrote, man. Anthony Pettis, man, that ground game of his, I didn't know his ground game was really that good because at one point I thought Oliveira really had him on his back, and then Pettis rotated his hips very quickly, man, and then he regained top control. He regained that, and he mounted, Oliveira, and then he kind of stood up, man. He let Oliveira stood up, and then the fight went to the ground again, and then Anthony Pettis put Oliveira in a beautiful guillotine chokehold, man. It was good. And, Oliveira tapped out, and, that's just how that happened. That's the fight as I saw it happen. Anthony Pettis, man, did well, man. I was really, really impressed with him. I was really impressed with the way he stuck to his game plan. He didn't really get uptight. He didn't panic when things started going awry in the second round. He just kept his composure. And I think that's the reason why he submitted Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, they talk about his ground game and he's a submission specialist. That's what he does, but he couldn't do anything with Anthony Pettis, and that's just the way that is. You guys tell me what you think, man. Who do you think Pettis ought to go next? And I got I thought Pettis was going to call out some people. He didn't call out anybody. Come on, Anthony Pettis. This was your time to shine, dude. You should have been calling out people, man. You should have been calling out people, man. You should have been calling out the Jose Aldos. You should have been calling out these people, man. You should have, but you didn't. That's just the way that is. Hey, what are you dudes waiting on? Subscribe. I'm done.